Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am going to share with you my husband's monthly commission pay. This is for the month of December. So the number that you're seeing, the money that was deposited into our account yesterday was from his sales commissions in the month of December. So he always gets paid 1 month out. So he gets paid 3 different ways at his current job. And 2 of his paychecks or paydays are for base pays. They're not draws. So what that means is, even though his company takes the base pay back out of his commissions before he receives his commission, if he didn't earn as much commission as the base pays equal, he wouldn't owe them anything. So that's kind of how a draw works versus a base. And it was a lot for me to learn because neither one of us had ever had commission-based jobs before. So it's been really interesting to learn all of the different methods and ways that people get paid and, you know, learn how everything works, I guess. So if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I'm glad to have you. I hope that you subscribe. If you're returning, you know that my husband was a displaced worker. He did lose his job. The company he worked for shut their doors in our area, and instead of transferring away and us maintaining 2 households, one here and one in the other place, you know, where he was offered the transfer job, we decided that it would be best for him to take an early retirement, which kicked in last July 1. Still waiting on that payment to come through, and I have a really, what I feel is like an exciting announcement to make, and I'll be doing a video and showing you guys what our plans are for that. But I'm really happy for your input and your advice, and like I said, I'm just really excited to share with you what my next major goal is. Biggest goal probably I've ever had in my life when it comes to finances. Came through January 10th, and income source is his commission. And like I said, this commission is from December. The original amount of the commission was something like $10,400, something like that, for the month of December, but then they took out health insurances from the base pays. They took out the base pays. And so he ended up, after taxes and all the deductions, he ended up with $6,744. So honestly, it's a good month for us. It's a really good month. And I know everybody's income is different, and you know, for some people that might be average, for others it might be above average, below average, wherever it falls. I try not to compare, and I do watch a lot of budgeting channels, and I try not to compare, you know, our income in any particular month against somebody else's. It's not good to compare because everybody's life situation is different. Finances are different. Job situation, job market, the state you live in. For us, I'm just going to put it out there, that's a good month for us. So he also made, after the insurance and taxes were taken out of his base pays, $639 twice in December. So you can see where this is going. He'll make $639 every 2 weeks, and then when he doesn't have to pay for his insurance anymore, when he relies totally on his retirement, he'll be making around $720, $725 on the 15th and the 30th, plus his commission. So that's where we're at. So that's the only income that we have brought in since the last time I did a budget with me. And I have some cash here because I'm back to the cash envelope system. It always worked for me before. It just became too cumbersome, especially during quarantine when we were using more debit cards. Right now, I think the cash system is where I want to be and what's going to help me achieve my next goals. So I'm just bringing the total down, and if you are curious, this is just a printable that I made myself. If you guys are interested, I can pop this into my Etsy shop. I have a section here for income sources, fixed expenses, sinking funds and savings, variable expenses, and then a little receipt tally at the bottom. So this works for me. This is like the layout that best fits our situation. So I'm really happy with it, and I'm going to continue to use it. So let's see how much money I took from the bank total, and then I'm going to get into variable expenses. I'm not going to get into fixed expenses right now. That's going to be in my next video, because I like to do that separate, because I think that it's helpful to separate the fixed from the variables, because we pay our bills 1 month in advance. And I've talked about how we got to that situation or that point in our lives. But I'd be happy to do another video on that if you guys are interested. How about this $100 bill? It looks like it's a misprint. Like, it looks like it has like a teeny tiny margin down here. Here's me obsessed with the face of money. It's so funny. Ever since I started collecting $2 bills, now I'm like, what can I learn from this? You know, I don't know. I just think currency is really interesting. Please ignore my nails. I have no press-ons today. It's just one of those days. My hands are super dry. But let's go ahead and count this out. So we have 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 950, 1,000. Let's do this. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 90. So 1290 total. So let's write that down. I'm just going to write that over here just as a total, you know, because I can't find my calculator, so I'm gonna have to do everything by hand, which is ridiculous. I honestly, if you could see my workspace, you'd be like, oh, no, Erin, get it together. All right, so I have my cash envelopes back here, and I'm going to separate my money. And I finally got on board and got a little money organizer from Amazon. So that's really nice, and that's gonna be super helpful. And we're gonna get into our variables. So let's just put this over here. Now, our first variable is going to be gas, and that's for both of our cars. And gas is expensive right now, and we both have SUVs, so it takes a penny to fill it up. And then we're gonna talk groceries. And this is extra high this week because we got on a kick right around Christmas time to go through our cupboards, and especially like where we keep the spices. You cannot imagine the old, outdated spices and things that were just expired. And I'm not one to throw something away if something's like a month or two expired in most cases. Of course, that doesn't apply to things like milk, but you know, if it's like a non-perishable, like I'm not gonna just throw something away. But I'm talking, we had spices that said 2015. I mean, it was crazy, and they go stale, you know, they go stale. So we purged so much. So when we made our grocery list for this week, we also decided, because we already did grocery shopping, but we decided we need to go back to the store and we need to stock up on some basic spices and like all that kinds of stuff. So this is going to be for this coming week and all that extra. And I have to pay our Discover. And if you guys know, we are debt-free as far as credit cards and loans go. I don't have student loans any longer. I don't have credit card debt, but I do use my Discover pretty frequently, and I like to earn the cash back. So if I pay for something, I pay for it knowing that I have the money in the bank to pay it off like within a day or so. And so that's kind of how I do things, except we do have some residual money lying on here from Christmas gifts, and it's only a couple weeks out, but I want to make sure that I get that paid off today, or when I go back to the bank. I'm gonna have to put it back in the bank, but I want to get that paid off and done with. So we're going to do that. So savings fund, this is my only sinking fund at this moment, but that's going to change. And then dining out. So we are eating out twice this week. Once is going to be at this little tiny diner we go to, and it's just super cheap, very inexpensive. So that was going to cover that. And then this weekend, and I think we might be getting pizza. I think that's the deal. All right, so let's put down our totals. So gas is going to be $80, so that's for both of us. And then groceries and regular grocery list, and then the things, the staples we want to replenish is going to be $220. So I'm going to budget that. Is this not close enough? Because I feel like it's not. Dogs, we're going to get them their food and their favorite treats. So that's going to be $40 this week. Discover, $780. Savings, I'm just going to put $100 right now, and that, you know, that's going to change. And then dining out, I'm going to put $70. And just know, sometimes what I do, if we go out to eat, we'll put it on the Discover card and then I pay for it. So that's kind of how we do things. So if you're wondering like, how's that work? Or did you already go out to eat and how'd you pay for it? That's how I do it. A lot of times, whenever I can at least, I use the Discover card just so I can earn the cash back. I don't do it so I can carry a balance beyond 30 days because I don't ever want to pay interest. So I have my envelopes here, and these are just some homemade envelopes that I made previously, probably like more than a year ago now. And I used to sell them on Etsy, but this set was left over. I have a couple sets actually left over. Starting with savings, I have my envelope here, and I have listed $100. So I'm just going to put this $100 bill in here. And I'm not going to count all this out. I do have some money from the previous cash stuffing that I did. I'll do that in a separate video just to do updates on my sinking fund. So that will be that. I'm going to put that back in the holder. I wish this could all be in frame. I guess it could. Okay. And then let's see. I have my Discover card, and we need to pay $780. So let's go with the hundreds. 1, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, and 7. Nope, I can't do that because I don't have a 10. I need to do 4 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80. All right, so 780. And then what I have to do is I have to go put this back in the bank, and then I'll make my payment online. What I like about Discover, and the reason why, there's a couple reasons we use our Discover card more than probably any other card that we have access to. We do have other credit cards, but we only utilize the Discover right now because it not only gives you the cash back, which it adds up quickly if you use it for your everyday incidentals, but also because Discover allows you to make micro payments. I guess that's what they consider them. And there's some credit cards where if you want to make an extra payment, but you already made one within the past 3 days or something, you know, they won't allow you to make a payment that soon. So you just have to be careful. If that is something you're interested in, you want to make payments as you go, which is what I like to do typically. You have to just be careful that whatever card that you are utilizing and whatever card you prefer allows you to make those micro payments. So we've done Discover and we have done groceries. No. Discover, and we've done savings. All right, so next is the dog fund. So this is going to be for their dog food, which is almost $30 now. And I put in an extra $10 to get them the treats they like. So we're gonna put $40 in there. So we're good there. I need to pan out a little bit there. That way you guys can see a little better. All right, so I have an envelope for dining out, and I budgeted $70. So I'm gonna use one of these 50s and 60, 70. So we're good there. All right, so we've got that. And then next, groceries is, you know what? I've done something wrong, I can tell already. All right, groceries is supposed to be 220. Oh, here's the 50. So I didn't count wrong. All right, so we have 100, 150, 200, 220. All right, so there is our grocery money. And for all the extras that we want to buy to restock. I always say restock the pantry. We don't have a pantry, we have cupboards. So we're trying to build a pantry or turn our, a room that my husband built in the basement, we're trying to turn that into a pantry, one of them. And so I'm really excited for that to be finished. And then lastly, gas is going to be $80, which I have right here. So 20, 40, 60, 80. All right. And then there are our envelopes for the week. And money in, how do I want to do this? You know what, I'm not going to fill this out yet because I think I get paid this week at the end of the week, and my husband gets his first base pay at the end of the week. I'm not sure if I want to add it to this sheet or if I want to create a different sheet. So for right now, I'm not going to do the receipt, and I may just white out this total here and add those here. And that way I can have everything show up in one place rather than, you know, this sheet for this day and then later in the week I have another sheet going, because that becomes a little bit confusing. Not confusing, but unnecessary is probably the better word for it. So that is what we're looking at. So right now, I think that was $12.90. So let's see, where can I write that? I can write it in a margin because this is my book, right? So 6,700 minus $12.90. Let's see, since I don't have my calculator, how sad. Leaves us $54.10 in the bank. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But I also have some new sinking fund information for you, and I have big financial goal news for you. And I can't wait to spell it all out and give you all the details, because I am really looking forward to this, and I'm gonna need as much motivation and cheering on as I can get, because this is gonna be a really big chunk to bite off in the, you know, as far as finances go. So I think I'm up for it though. I'm looking forward to it, and I feel pretty organized with the way things are going. And like I said, this is a good month for us. So I'm happy with this. I feel like we are finally getting back on track and things are going in the right direction. So knock on wood, whenever you think things are perfect financially, things tend to come up. So I don't want to that out there like, oh, we're good. No worries now. We still have to be conservative and stick to our goals. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this budget with me and this cash stuffing. If you have any questions, leave them down below. But if not, I will be back with more videos this week. I'm going to be doing my bullet journal update and another budget with me, but I also have to squeeze in this other goals video, which is typically what I do on Wednesday, because I want to explain all the details to you. So yeah, I'm very excited. Lots of content coming your way. Daily uploads still in the month of January, and we'll see how it goes. And if you guys want daily videos in February, it might be something that I can pull off, but let me know what you think. All right guys, I'll see you next time.